Discipline or self-discipline, how do I get more of it? You know the feeling. Why didn't I go to training today? Why do I weigh 3 kilos too much? Why haven't I studied the course that could get me a better job? These are questions many people ask themselves, and they often share one common theme: a lack of self-discipline. But perhaps it's not about willpower in the traditional sense. Perhaps it's about understanding discipline as something deeper and more human. In this text, we draw on philosophy, psychology, and neuroscience to give you a new and more practical view of discipline. The ancient Stoics, especially Zeno and later Marcus Aurelius, believed that discipline is the ability to act in accordance with reason, not a struggle against our nature. According to Stoicism, it's essential to distinguish between what we can control, our thoughts, emotions, and reactions, and what we cannot, the weather, other people's opinions, and the state of the world. Discipline, then, becomes a kind of mental economy. By accepting the uncontrollable and focusing our energy on what we can influence, we achieve stoic calm and sustainable agency. This approach creates a robust and long-lasting form of discipline. In contrast to today's often exhausting, always-on mentality, when society demands too much, we see the dark side of discipline today. The individual is often their own self-project. You must lead yourself, optimize yourself, and if it fails, you have only yourself to blame. Discipline is no longer an ideal, but an expectation. This internalization of societal demands can be harmful. Extreme examples, like anorexia, show how self-discipline can become a control tool in an uncertain world. It's not a lack of discipline, but a distorted form, driven by external pressure rather than internal purpose. The message: discipline is only healthy when it serves a meaningful and sustainable goal. It was once believed that willpower is like a muscle, something you can train. Newer research shows that willpower is more about our beliefs and motivation. If you believe you have more willpower, you often do. From the marshmallow test, we know that children who could wait for a reward were found to have better outcomes as adults. But newer studies reveal that trust in one's environment, whether, for instance, adults keep their promises, plays a much greater role than raw willpower. The grit theory. Long-term success depends on perseverance and passion for a meaningful goal. Grit is the ability to keep going, even when it's hard, driven by inner motivation. Discipline in the brain, and how habits shape us. Discipline resides in the brain, specifically in the prefrontal cortex, which controls impulse regulation and decision-making. But this part of the brain consumes a lot of energy, so the brain seeks to automate behavior. Up to 40% of our actions are habits. This means that the most effective form of discipline is not a constant fight, but building habits and systems that make the desired behavior automatic. Example: if you lay out your workout clothes the night before, it requires less willpower to go to training the next morning. Practical strategies, from habit building to mental architecture habit stacking. Attach a new habit to an existing one. After I brush my teeth, I do 3 deep breaths. Use the if-then-plan method. Set goals that are specific and realistic. Prepare for difficult situations. If I'm tempted to skip training, I'll start with 5 minutes of warm-up. Environmental design. Remove the decision. Make the right choice easy. Stock healthy snacks in the fridge, not chips. Place your book on the dining table instead of the TV remote. Positive reinforcement. Reward yourself. Small victories, like ticking off a checklist, marking a calendar, or enjoying a good coffee after a workout, create motivation and reinforce the habit. So how do I actually get to training? Make it easy. Pack your bag the night before. Make it a habit. Train at the same time each week. Lower the barrier. Tell yourself you just have to go and see what happens. Getting there is a first step every day. How do I lose 3 kilos? Focus on habits, not restrictions. Replace 1 snack a day. Make it social. Eat with someone who supports your goals and make one decision. Don't buy what you don't want to eat, then you don't get tempted. How do I progress with my further education? Create a ritual. Read for 10 minutes every morning with the morning coffee. Make the goal visible. Hang a picture of your dream job and use if, then. If I open Netflix, I have to read 10 pages first. Did you find this video informative? Then share with a friend. Thanks for watching.
Husk at like og subscribe.